Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Shri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Rajarajeshwara Swamine Namaha. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannapatanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Vyasam Vasishthanaptaram Shakteh Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Taponidhim. Vyasaja Vishnarupaja Vyasarupaja Vishnave. Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishthaja Namo Namaha. Palikididi Bhagavatamata పలికించు విభుండు రామభద్రుండట నే పలికిన భవహరమగునట పలికెదవేరొండు గాథ పలుకగనేలా భాగవతము తెలిసి పలుకుట చిత్రంబు శూలికైన తమ్మి చూలికైన విభుద జనుల వలన విన్నంత కన్నంత తెలియవచ్చినంత తేటపరుటు. ఓం నమో నారాయణాయ. Namaskar everyone. Today I am going to talk on an interesting topic, that is Prahlada's history, or the greatness about Prahlada. This Prahlada's history is a part of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has been written by Sri Vedavyasa. This Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 skandhas. 12 skandhas are nothing but, skandha is nothing but a part or a chapter. So this particular Prahlada's history is part of the 7th skandha. Bhagavatam has been translated into Telugu by a great poet called Sri Pothana. Sri Pothana is a very famous poet in Telugu. He has composed many beautiful poems. Even now, in our generations also, many people know most of those poems. Those poems are very melodious. In my previous video, I've already covered this Prahlada's history in Telugu, where I have recited each and every poem, and I have also mentioned the meaning of the same. In this video, I am planning to explain Prahlada's history in English so that it will benefit the younger generation and also the people who doesn't understand Telugu. In this video, I'm not going to recite these Telugu poems again. If anyone is interested, they can refer to my previous video. In today's discussion, we often come across different words. So first let me explain what those words are, so that it will be clear for you in the beginning itself. Devata means God, who does all good things, and they will always strive for the benefit of the mankind or the humanity. They does all the good things. Whereas Rakshasas, they are the negative energy, or they are the people who are interested in all these destructive activities. And you may also hear about a few things like Vishnu Nama Smarana. Vishnu Nama Smarana is always chanting Lord Vishnu's names, or the hymns of Lord Vishnu. And I'll also very often use Bhakti. So Bhakti is nothing but the devotion. Who is Prahlada? Prahlada is one of the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu. There are so many devotees. Prahlada, Narada, Parashara, Vyasa, Valmika, Shuka, Shaunaka. These are some of the important devotees of Lord Vishnu, where Prahlada stands number one. Prahlada is son of Leelavati and Hiranyakashipa. Hiranyakashipa is a very famous Rakshasa who has defeated many warriors across the three lokas. Three lokas are nothing but the planet Earth. Then Urdhaloka, where all Devatas will stay. Adholoka, where all the Rakshasas will stay. And he was almost like ruling all the three lokas during his era. Though Prahlada was born in a Rakshasa family, he hasn't inherited any of his father's qualities or the characteristic. Prahlada has got three younger siblings, and their names are Anuklada, Samhlada, and Hlada. Pothana will be very happy when he listens about or when he talks about Prahlada, because he is having a lot of exemplary qualities. What are those great qualities? At a very young age, he has learnt all the Vedas and Shastras. He is a great intellectual. He is multi-talented. He is versatile. In a simple term, he is a child prodigy. He is not only an intellectual, he has got great respect towards elders. He doesn't have any interest on the materialistic things. He loves everyone equally. He treats everyone equally. He doesn't discriminate based on the caste, creed, or religion. As per our Sanatana Dharma, he also gives lot of respect to the female community. If anyone comes for his help, he treats them with utmost care and he helps them. He also treats them with very good hospitality. He treats his teachers like God. He treats his friends like his own brothers. Overall, to describe about his great qualities, even Lord Brahma, the one who created this universe, he couldn't describe. Similarly, Adishesha is nothing but a snake which is having 1,000 heads. Even he couldn't describe. So Prahlada is such a great person. Prahlada, he always used to do Harinama Smarana. So he always used to chant hymns related to Lord Vishnu. He always used to think about him. While drinking, while having food, while talking to someone else, or while even during his sleeps also he used to think about him. So all the time he used to completely devote himself to Lord Vishnu. Most of the time he used to be alone. He used to do his own meditation, and many a times in his own world he used to cry, he used to laugh loudly, or sometimes he used to cry in happiness, or sometimes he used to say, "Hey, I found Lord Vishnu." So he used to jump in happiness. So he was completely in his own world, which his father never used to like it. He hasn't inherited any of my qualities. He is so dumb. He is behaving very weird. How can he get all these Rakshasa qualities? Then he thought probably by sending him to a school, he might change his mindset and may come into our world. Then what he has done is, he called two gurus, that is two teachers. Their names are Chenda and Avarka. Both of them were Rakshasa gurus. They are also the sons of Shukracharya, who was the main guru who used to teach all these Rakshasas. Both of them came as soon as this Hiranyakashipa called them. Hiranyakashipa has shown his son to both of them and told them that my son is very dumb and he doesn't talk much. I want him to be very strong and I want him to get all our Rakshasa qualities. So please teach him all the necessary things. And he has sent him to the Gurukula, that is nothing but the residential school. After going there, as Prahlada is a quick learner, he learned whatever the teachers were teaching. The days went on. One fine day, Hiranyakashipa, he wanted to see his kid. He wanted to understand the progress of his son. Then he has summoned both the teachers to come along with his son. All three of them came to the Hiranyakashipa. After seeing his son, he was very happy. Reason being, son was never out of his home. First time he went to the school. And after seeing him with lot of affection, he took him on his lap. And he has pampered him, said, "Oh my kid, Prahlada, hope you had a good education. Your teachers might be treating you well. I wanted to understand what you have learned. Can you just explain what you learned?" Then Prahlada said, "Dad, I feel Harinama Smarana is the only thing which can give us the best results. Rest, everything else is temporary." After listening to Prahlada's answer, he was a bit shocked, but he hasn't shown his anger towards him. What he said is, "Prahlada, you should never talk about Lord Vishnu. He has killed my brother. He is enemy to me. He is not only enemy to me, he is also enemy to our entire Rakshasa community. He has killed many Rakshasas. We should never talk about him. We should hate him. You forget about Lord Vishnu. By the way, how did you get interest on Lord Vishnu? Who is teaching you or who is encouraging you? Did your teachers teach you on Lord Vishnu? Or any of our enemies are encouraging you to learn or you to understand or know about Lord Vishnu?" Then he nodded his head, saying that no one said anything or no one encouraged me. Then Prahlada was talking to his gurus, his teachers, and he was telling to them, "Dear gurus, we cannot get Vishnu Bhakti or devotion towards Vishnu if someone preaches us. It has to come on its own. I can give you a very good example. If you see the bees will always be attracted to the hibiscus flowers. Reason being, it will have sweet nectar in it. Similarly, if you take a swan, it will love to swim in whitewater lakes or where pure water is there. It doesn't love to swim in oceans where they are too big, but it is completely salty. It doesn't like to swim over there. And if you take certain birds, they would love to fly in the full moon days. However, it doesn't like to fly or enjoy in dark fogs. Similarly, based on my past lives, I was more interested towards Vishnu Bhakti. How can I incline or how can I go towards all these temporary samsara bandhanas? After listening to all these things from Prahlada, Guru said, Prahlada, why are you talking all this nonsense? You're just a 5-year-old kid. Did we teach all these things? I think you need little more education to forget all these Vishnu Namasmarana. So they have requested Hiranyakashipu saying that, Swami, we wanted to take the kid back to the school. This time we'll teach him differently so that he completely forgets all these Vishnu Namasmarana. We'll teach him different subjects like economics, different sciences, or philosophy, and our Rakshasa related education. Then once again they took the boy to the Gurukul. As usual, he was learning everything quickly. Again, days went on. Finally, one fine day, Hiranyakashipu was very excited to see his son and wanted to understand whether he is out of that Vishnu Bhakti or not. Then immediately he has ordered those gurus that bring my son to the kingdom. I wanted to see him and understand what is the progress. And gurus are extremely scared. They are scared that if Prahlada again talks about Vishnu, this king will definitely kill us. What to do now? Then what they thought is, instead of taking Prahlada directly to his father, let's first take him to his mother. Let mother also explain him once that he should not talk about Lord Vishnu. Then what they have done is, they have taken him directly to his mother Leelavati. Leelavati was extremely happy after seeing the kid because kid is very young. He is out from the home from quite a long time. After seeing him, with lot of love and affection, she has treated well. She has pampered him well and told, please do not talk anything about Lord Vishnu. If you talk about Lord Vishnu, your dad will become angry and he may kill you and he may kill your gurus. After that, the gurus have taken this kid to his dad. After seeing his kid, Hiranyakashipu was extremely happy, saying that, hey Prahlada, how are you doing? I think in the last these many days, you might have learned many subjects. Can you take any interested subject or any interested topic? You recite one poem and you tell me what you understood out of that. I am very eager to understand what you have learned. Then Prahlada says, yes, Dad, I have learned so many subjects. My teachers taught me very well. My overall understanding or the gist what I feel is, out of all these studies, we should ultimately learn that Haribhakti is the only way to attain the eternal salvation. There are 9 different ways to achieve it. So, though the approaches are different, ultimately if we have devotion in whatever the way we choose, we can ultimately reach the Vishnu Loka. What are those Navavidha Bhaktis? Navavidha Bhakti means 9 different kinds of devotion. There is a small poem which talks about this Navavidha Bhakti. What it says is, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnum Smaranam padasevanam archanam vandanam dasyam sakhyam atmanivedanam. Here, this is only just for your information. I wanted to give some examples for each of these 9 different approaches, who has followed them and how they got benefited. If you see Shravanam is listening to Lord Vishnu's stories or hymns. By doing that,
King Parikshit has attained Vishnu Loka.
Second one is the Kirtanam. Kirtanam is something where we will be reciting or we will be chanting different songs of Lord Vishnu. By doing this,
Shuka Maharshi has reached Vishnu Loka.
Smaranam is always thinking about Lord Vishnu. So this is how Prahlada has united with Lord Vishnu. Padasevanam is serving the feet of Lord Vishnu, which was done by Goddess Lakshmi. Goddess Lakshmi is also the better half of Lord Vishnu. She has reached Vishnu by following this approach. The fifth one is Archana. Archana is nothing but it's a ritual. So one such example is Shodasha Upachara Puja, where there are 16 upacharas or 16 different activities by which we assume that Lord Vishnu has come to our home and we are praying him, and we are praying him using all those 16 activities. So it's a systematic approach. By doing this, Prithu Chakravarti, he is a great king, Prithu, he has achieved Vishnu Loka. The sixth one is Vandanam. Vandanam is simply praying to the God. There is a person called Akrura who has followed this approach and he has reached Vishnu Loka. Seventh is Dasyam. Dasyam is nothing but being a servant to Lord Vishnu. Lord Hanuma, he used to serve Sri Rama and finally he has been united. He always stays with Lord Vishnu. Sakhyam. Sakhyam is something, friendship. So Arjuna has made friendship with Sri Krishna. By this friendship, he has united with Lord Vishnu. Finally, the ninth approach is Atmanivedanam. Atmanivedanam means completely surrendering ourselves, our soul and body to Lord Vishnu. Bali Chakravarti, who was the head of Patala Lokam, he has attained or he has reached Vishnu Loka by following this Atmanivedanam. Prahlada was also talking to his gurus and father in such a way that if we do not do Vishnu Nama Smarana, our life is of no use. Our eyes will be blessed if we see Lord Vishnu. Our ears will be blessed if we listen to Lord Vishnu's hymns. Our tongue will be blessed if we chant Vishnu mantras. Our head will be blessed if we bow down to Lord Vishnu. Our feet will be blessed only if we encircle or if we do pradakshina to Lord Vishnu. And gurus also will be blessed only if they teach about Lord Vishnu, and parents also will be blessed if they teach their kids about Lord Vishnu. And he was also mentioning in the human life, most of the people, they're not getting time to think about Lord Vishnu because they are into a birth and death cycles. All the time, they are thinking about their own selfishness. And because of these samsara bandhanas or all these family dependencies, they are sinking deep and deep into the sea. So sea is like very long, and if you have to reach your destination, you have to take a boat. Boat is like Vishnu Bhakti. So using Vishnu Bhakti, you can cross the ocean or you can cross the sea to achieve your target of Vishnu Loka or the eternal salvation. After listening to all these words, Hiranyakashipu was very angry, and he immediately called his ministers, his security personnel, and said, Prahlada, after telling him multiple times, he is doing the same thing. He is talking about Lord Vishnu only, who is enemy to us. I don't want him to be my son. You kill him. Don't show any mercy on Prahlada. You take him out from here. So with lot of angriness, all these security people, they have taken him to their custody, and they were punishing very harshly. They were piercing with very sharp tools. They were getting him stamped with big elephants. They were throwing him into the fire. They were dropping him from mountains to the valleys. They were getting him bitten by snakes, poisonous snakes. They were giving all kinds of very harsh punishments. However, this Prahlada, he's not getting scared when he's getting each of these punishments. He was only uttering Lord Vishnu's names. Everyone is getting surprised. How come this small kid is surviving even though we are giving these many punishments? Nothing is happening to him. And his glow on the face is growing. After giving all these harsh punishments also, as nothing happened, and he never begged anyone saying that please save me, or he's never asking for an excuse, or he was never asking for an apology. Then finally his father Hiranyakashipu was completely stressed out, and he went into a depression. I have killed so many warriors on all these three lokas. I haven't faced this kind of scenario anytime. What should I do now to kill him? Does he have any medicine against death? Or does he have any support? But I do not see anyone who can challenge me in these three lokas. As he is deeply thinking about Prahlada, Gurus went to him, said to Hiranyakashipu, dear king, he is very small kid. Don't worry about him, because he cannot challenge you. You have defeated everyone. We will try teaching him some subjects which we usually teach to the married people. Probably after listening or after understanding those subjects, he might change his mindset. We'll give a try. So please allow us to take this boy to ashram again. Then king said, yes, you can take him away. Again, they took him back to the school. As usual, they taught him some extra subjects which were not covered earlier. This time, what happened is when teachers went for a break during the day, he used to call his fellow students and used to tell them whatever the things we are learning here, they're completely useless. Teachers are not teaching the things which are useful in our life. They are all teaching the temporary things. If we need eternal salvation, the moksha, you should come out of all these dependencies. You have to leave all our Arshad Vargas aside. Then those boys, they were extremely surprised. You are the son of big Rakshasa. How come you learned all these things? How do you know all this Brahma Jnana? Then he said, Narada Maharshi has taught me. Again they got it out. You were inside your kingdom. When did Narada Maharshi come and when did he teach you? Then Prahlada tells them very clearly that when my uncle Hiranyaksha, that is my father's brother, was killed by Lord Vishnu, my father became very angry and he was also scared. He thought he also may be killed one day. Once my mother was pregnant, he went to Mandara Parvata, that is one big mountain, where he has done the tapas. Tapas is nothing but it's like one meditation. He has done that tapas for 1,000 years. As soon as he left for tapas, Devatas, they attacked our kingdom, killed a lot of Rakshasas, and they came to my mother's place and he was trying to kill my mother because I was going inside. That time, Narada immediately came there and he stopped Indra. She is a very pious lady. And a Vishnu Bhakta is going to come out. So please don't kill her. After listening to Narada Maharshi, Lord Indra has left. Narada Maharshi has given shelter to my mother. He taught her lot many things on Brahma Jnana. That is where, as I was inside, I listened to all those things and I am still practicing all those things. That is why we should leave all these temporary things. Prahlada told to his fellow students that we should always make friendship with good people so that we'll be involved only in good activities. We should always go to Sadgurus who teach us the good things. And we should always do Vishnu Nama Smarana. By doing all these things, we will come out of this birth and death cycle and we will not have any rebirth. Because getting a human life is very precious. In this human life, half of the time will go in the sleep. In the rest half, quarter of the life will go in childhood and youth, where you will be spending time in playing and all these activities. And other times, we will be doing our marriage and we'll be busy with earning and we'll be busy with taking care of our families. Where do we get time to think about Lord Vishnu? These gurus have seen Prahlada teaching all his fellow students. Then they immediately rushed to Hiranyakashipu and told, Lord, he is not only spoiling himself, he is also spoiling other fellow students by teaching about Vishnu. Then he became very angry and he said, this time I don't leave this Prahlada, I will kill him. After seeing Prahlada with lot of anger, Hiranyakashipu was telling, I have given so many punishments, your teachers taught so many things. Why are you still going towards Lord Vishnu? Where is he? He is a coward. I searched for him all over the world. I couldn't find him. He was hidden somewhere. If I see him, I'll kill him. Do you think he is there? Where is he? Then Prahlada answered, he is all over the world. He is in the micro form, he is in the macro form. But if you see with devotion or bhakti, then only you can see him. Hiranyakashipu was asking Prahlada, I have defeated many warriors all across the world. If I see him, I'll kill him. Where is he? Then he said, you might have defeated all the warriors in 3 different lokas. But first of all, you have to conquer your own enemies in your body. Those are Akshat Vargas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Even now, you can pray to him, you can apologize to Lord Vishnu, then he will definitely save you. Hiranyakashipu became more angered when his son asked him to go and apologize Lord Vishnu. He said, if Vishnu is there all across, do you think he is there in this pillar? Then Prahlada says, with lot of happiness, he said, yes, absolutely he will be there. Even Lord Vishnu is getting ready for the new incarnation. Hiranyakashipu immediately said, are you a fool or are you mad? How can Lord Vishnu be inside this pillar? Then Prahlada says, no dad, want you can try it. Then he thought, okay, let's give a try. And as he is very powerful, with his big hands, he slapped that pillar, and from the pillar, the most angry form of Lord Vishnu, that is Narsimha Swami, has come out, and his eyes, the fire is coming from his eyes, and even when he opened his mouth, there also you can see the fire ball. So he is such an angry form. He is an amalgamation of Simha, that is lion, and a human being. So his nails are too hard and sharp. They are like Vajrayudhas. Vajrayudhas are known to be very powerful armaments. They're diamond-studded. And all Devatas, Prahlada, and everyone are scared to see Lord Narsimha, and at the same time, all the Devatas and everyone, they are praying him, saying, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narasimhaya. Like this, everyone is praying him. And Hiranyakashipu is also getting scared after seeing such a unique form of Lord Vishnu. And he said, I think Vishnu only came in this form. In the earlier form, he came like a pig and he killed my brother. This time he came in this different form. But I am a great warrior. I don't go and surrender to him. I will also fight and I will definitely defeat him. He took his Gadha, which is his armament, and they started a great battle. But Lord Narsimha, being very powerful, he held this Hiranyakashipu in his feet, the way how birds hold the snakes in the feet. He has held him, and after holding him very strongly, Hiranyakashipu started becoming weak. And in the evening time, that is during the sunset time, he took this Hiranyakashipu on his lap, and using his strong nails, he has pierced inside the stomach of Hiranyakashipu, and he has tore the complete stomach and killed him. But what is this Narsimha Avatara? What was the need for coming in this form? Reason being, as Hiranyakashipu went for a great tapas, Lord Brahma, he has given him lot of blessings. Hiranyakashipu has requested that he should not be killed by any instrument. He should not be killed by Rakshasa. He should not be killed by a human being. He should not be killed by an animal. He should not be killed in the morning. He should not be killed in the night. So he has asked for so many things, and Brahma has agreed for everything. Because of all those powers, he was ruling all these three lokas, and the negative energy has increased. So for doing the Dushta Shikshana and the Shishta Rakshana, that is to kill the evil forces and to save Prahlada, like who is creating the positive energy, or who is a good person, to save him, Lord Vishnu has incarnated in the form of Narasimha. After killing also, the angerness in Narasimha didn't come down. All devatas are praying him, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narasimhaya. Everyone is praying and they are showering the flowers on him, but he is not becoming cool. Finally, Brahma, Rudra, everyone were requesting him, but he is not in a position to listen, or he is not in a position to calm down. Then finally, all these devatas went to Goddess Lakshmi and requested her, because she is a better half, and if you go and if you help in making him calm, then we'll be very happy. Otherwise, a big catastrophe may arise. So please help save the humanity. Then after seeing him, even Goddess Lakshmi couldn't help. So finally, Prahlada, he has prayed him, and after his prayers, Narasimha was very happy, and he got relief. I mean, he came out of his angerness. He took the boy on his lap, and he pampered him. He said, "You are a great devotee of mine. So what do you expect from me? Are you having any wishes?" Then immediately he said, "I do not have any wishes. I only wanted to be with you and serve you. I'm always interested in doing the Harinama Smarana. I don't want anything else." Then he was very happy and said, "Based on your past deeds, you rule this kingdom for many years, and you do all the good things, good for the humanity, and or finally you will come to me and unite." And he said, "I have one request. My dad has done lot of sins. Please forgive him." Then immediately Lord Narasimha said, I have not only forgiven him, all 21 generations of your family are relieved from all their sins, and they will ultimately unite with me, because they have given the birth to you. They are so lucky. And one more thing is, even this Hiranyakashipu was not a Rakshasa from the beginning. They were actually Jaya Vijayas, who were the security guards at the Vaikuntham, that is at Lord Vishnu's place. When Sanaka Sananda and Sanat Kumara, these are the two great devotees of Lord Vishnu, when they visited Vaikuntham, these two security guards, they have stopped them, and those two people, they came as two small kids with very bright faces. When they stopped them, these Sanaka Sananda, Sanat Kumara became very angry, and they have cursed them, saying that you will become Rakshasas. Immediately, they understood their mistake and they prayed, "Please help us in relieving us out of this curse." Then they said, "In next 3 generations, you will born as Rakshasas. You will be killed by Lord Vishnu, and finally, after 3 lives, you will come to Vaikuntham again." In this first life, they born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and they were killed by Lord Narasimha.
In the next life,
they will born as Ravana Kumbhakarna, where they will be killed by Lord Rama. Finally,
in third life,
they born like Shashipala and Dantavaktra, and they will be killed by Lord Sri Krishna. Finally, they will attain the Vaikuntha or the Vishnu Loka. So the entire moral of this story is we have to learn the best qualities from Prahlada. We have to give respect to elders. We should show equality towards everyone, irrespective of their caste, creed, or religion, or anything. As per our Sanatana Dharma, we have to give respect to the female community. We should give respect to the parents. We should give respect to elders or the teachers. We should not get attracted towards all these materialistic things. And we should always do philanthropic activities. We should help the needy. So all these things we have to learn from Prahlada. And finally, by listening to this Prahlada's history, I request Lord Vishnu to bless everyone, to give us a good health and help us coming out of this difficult situation of COVID-19. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Please excuse me if you find any mistakes in my explanation. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narasimhaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatsat Lakshmi Nrsimha Charana Arvinda Arpanamastu.